Today we're going to review part number 20545I-EZ-60-10. This is the Dexter Trailer Axle with the straight EZ-Lube spindles and the 5 on 4.5 inch idler hubs. Now this axle is 60 inches long, has a 2,200 pound weight capacity. Now this axle beam will act as part of your trailer suspension system. You can use it to replace an axle on your trailer, or you can use it to fabricate a suspension to fit your application. Now this is an idler axle, has no brake mounting flanges, and is made of a high-strength steel. We do ship it with the spindle nut, the D-washer, and the nut retainer included, one on each end. And when we do ship this, it's not just shipped as it is right now. Basically what we would do is on the machined end where the spindles are, we would put grease on it to protect it and then wrap it. And then we take this very thick corrugated tube that we would slide over it to protect it, and then we wrap that around this end and that end to protect the spindle from any damage. Now also included is these cast iron idler hubs, which are very sturdy and durable. Also all the parts showing here are included. Comes with the bearings. Now on this application it uses the same part number, same size on both the inner and the outer, so you got 2 inner bearings, 2 outer bearings. Now the bearing races that those bearings run on are actually pre-installed. They're included. They're just pre-installed into the hubs themselves, both the inner and the outer. The seals are included. It's 2 double lip grease seals. The grease caps are included, again 2 of them. It's the EZ-Lube center cap, and the reason I say EZ-Lube is because they have the center removable rubber plug that you can pull out when your hub's all installed and get access to that Zerk fitting on the EZ-Lube axle. And it comes with 10 of the 1/2 inch lug nuts. The lug nuts are used to install your tires and wheels to these hubs. And also the final thing we include is a 14-ounce tube of the marine grade wheel bearing grease. So basically what you end up doing is, since it's an EZ-Lube axle, you'll just put this in your grease gun. You want to make sure your grease gun will accept 14-ounce tubes. Now if it doesn't, by chance, we do sell as a related product on this part number. There is a related product, which is our grease gun that holds the 14-ounce tubes. That's part number L30200. But basically on an EZ-Lube axle, what it is, this is a straight spindle EZ-Lube. There's no drop to it. It has a built-in grease Zerk fitting on each end, one on this end and one on the other end. And basically what that allows you to do is, on a lot of axles that aren't EZ-Lube, is you have to grease your bearings, put them into the hub, slide them on, tighten it down, install it, and then down the road or a year, if you're going to re-lube them, you got to take all those parts off, grease them up, lube them, put them all back on. What the nice thing with the EZ-Lube is, you just, once you put your hub on, you just pump grease in here. It goes through the middle of the spindle, and then there's a hole right here where it'll come out and fill that cavity where your bearings are. So there's no need to remove your bearings and hub assembly. You can just pump the grease in through this end right here. Also, you might notice on when you get an axle, there is usually a bend in the center of the axle. It would bend up. Each axle is manufactured that way to create a certain camber angle. Having this center riding a bit higher and the sides bent lower allows the axle to give just enough to compensate for the load of the trailer. In other words, when you put a load on it, pushes down on that axle, it pushes down on the middle here, and it'll spread that out and sort of even out the length of the axle. What that allows you to do, it'll give you the correct angle for the wheels on your trailer for your towing needs, and it allows your trailer's tires to run along the pavement evenly with full contact across the full width of the tread of the tire. The result of this is you'll get excellent straight line acceleration for steady inline tracking. Now this axle right here, the spring seats that are welded to the underside of the axle, this is a underslung design since it's on the underside of the axle. This is where your leaf springs would mount to. On an underslung design axle, this will give you a low ride height, which makes it very easy to load and unload your trailer. Now the spring seats are welded on, and the spindles are all welded onto the axle. Now actually, when you go to measure an axle, there's multiple ways to measure the length of an axle beam, but the 2 most accurate are the hub face to hub face and spring center to spring center lengths. Basically, the hub face to hub face is usually what they refer to as the length of the axle. So basically, once your hubs are all installed on each end, if you measure from the base of the one wheel stud on this hub to the base of the wheel stud on the other side. That'll give you the hub face to hub face length. So in this case, I don't have the hubs on, but just to give you an idea where they would sit, if you measure that, it's going to be 60 inches. So this actually is a 60-inch long axle, which is the hub face to hub face measurement. The other accurate measurement is the spring seat to spring seat, in other words, where the leaf springs are. That's usually the approximate width of your trailer. You measure from the center of one spring seat to the center of the other spring seat. So basically, if we do that, center to center is right at 48 inches. So basically, if you're replacing your trailer's axle, you should be able to figure out which axle you need by using these measurements, and also use your trailer's weight capacity, the bolt pattern of the wheels on the trailer, and a brake type if any brakes are used on it. Now just to go over a few specs on this, the weight capacity on the axle is 2,200 pounds. Again, the hub face to hub face measurement is 60 inches. Spring center to spring center is 48 inches. Now the tubing outer diameter on this axle is 1 3/4 inches. The diameter of the spindle on this is 1 1/16 inches. The bolt pattern on these idler hubs is 5 lugs, 4.5-inch bolt pattern. The studs are a 1/2 inch diameter, so they use the 1/2 inch lug nuts that are included. And basically it's designed to accept wheel sizes from 8 inches up to 12 inches. But that should do it for the review on part number 20545I-EZ-60-10, the Dexter Trailer Axle with the straight EZ-Lube spindles and the 5 on 4.5-inch idler hubs.